Alright, and I'm back, and enough dicking around. Here is all the Toyworld Constructicons in their vehicle mode. I haven't been this excited since I was able to finish the MMC's Predaking. I mean, seriously, this is thrilling. So, in case you guys didn't watch my last review of Mixmaster, I do recommend getting some this or some other kind of lube for certain joints. I've already done it, but this is just a little lube for I think it's meant for speedboats, and it's waterproof. So especially like this area right here, I got it nice and greased up in there to help things move smoothly. So here they all are. I think they look good here, and I will acknowledge the fact that from what I have of the Generation Toy, or whatever you want to call them, Gravity Builder, their vehicle modes, with the exception of Scavenger, look better than these guys. I think these guys look great. Those ones look a little bit better in vehicle mode. So, there you go. I think we can all agree that they all look better than the Takara or the TFC one. Right? Okay. Let's move on, shall we? Alright, so, yeah, so here they all are. They look great, and we're going to start combining them. So we're going to do these one at a time, because I like to save the combined modes for last. So we'll start with Bonecrusher here, because I totally botched him during the war review, and like I was saying, oh, this thing's loose, I don't like it, it's not great. Here's his arm, but that's because I didn't do it right. So first thing we want to do is split the legs here, get those up and out of the way, and let's see, move this here over to here. Where'd it go? Get a little screwdriver. I always got these things laying around, but they're never where I need them when I need them. And pull these little pieces here out. This should have been done for vehicle mode, but yeah, I suck. So what? Alright, and then there's two tabs here and here that these will tab around. There we go. Just like so. We want to pull this port out like that. Then the legs will come down back to how they were. And what you want to do here, flip this panel here up. Take this, and this will slide in right here. Just like that. And then there are holes here and here. They'll plug around those two ports in there. Alright. So there's that. And then you want to untab this here, rotate it around, hole, and plug. And that'll just help keep everything super sturdy. Because if you remember in my war video, it was kind of like a floppy mess. And now it is sturdy. This thing is solid. Solid as a rock. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, there's that. So we'll take that and set that off to the side. Let's do Scavenger next. Alright, and here's his arm. And we want to see this attaches up here. So this one's fairly simple as well. Pull out port. Make sure everything's still locked into place. Okay. Alright, and we take this. This will fold up. This will fold down. And it's best to do this part first. So it just hooks around like this. Comes around. There's plugs here and here. I'll go into those screw holes there. And then these two plugs here will go into those. So it just kind of wraps around and then closes in on itself. And this is going to be easier off screen. Sorry. Sorry. This thing is not cooperating with me today. What the hell? There it goes. All right. And there it is. Sorry, that is that is one of those you really want to get up and close with that and take a look. You can fold that up, kind of keep it out of the way. All right. Setting that off to the side. Now we'll do Mixmaster next. So this one's fairly simple. What you want to do here is open these panels here. And rotate it out. Open the panel. Like so. This will rotate out like this, and there is holes right there and there. They'll plug into these two pegs there and there. Just like that. And then what you want to do is pull these wheels down, and these will rotate around. Close it up. Fold that up, and then this will fold up like that. So again, down, around, and back in. Close this up. Just like that. There's the foot. And then you take this piece here. And what you want to do is there's a slider joint here and here and a port right there. So slide in through these joints here, and this will plug into that port. It's not the greatest connection, but it is like it's not as sturdy as Scrapper's, but it works. It functions better. And then these, what you want to do is you pull it out. This actually pulls out. This thing is really, really tight. I hate this connection. So that's pretty sturdy for now. And I'm just going to leave it like that for now, because I got to keep moving this guy off and on until the final combine mode. But I will connect the Scrapper next. Alright, so we'll set this off to the side. I mentioned I hate that barrel. Alright, so Scrapper here, fairly simple transformation on him as well. You just want to rotate the barrel up like this, and then there's tabs here and here. They'll plug in those slots there and there. And just give that a good push. Like that. And there you go. Pull the arm out like this. Rotate this around. And then what you want to do here is you pull this arm out. Or no, you actually leave it where it's at. But you can see there's a clip right there that this shall clip onto. Just like that. So, out, around, and clip on. Then you can take this piece here, and this will rotate down and around and just kind of fill in that space that the arms were in. So, down, around. Pretty clever, actually. Simple, but pretty clever. And there's the foot. And then we take this piece here again. So this is just one long slider, and it just goes into these grooves right here and here. Now this is why we grease it up, because this is a tight fit, and that grease will definitely help you out. It? Oh, no, I have this backwards somehow. How the hell did that happen? Hold on. Alright, somehow the thigh here got rotated around, so we rotate that back around, slide it in, just like that. So yeah, once you put a little lube on that, it moves very freely. And then we want to pull these down, and these things are not fun to play with, but they rotate around like this. You're trying to keep pulling them out as you rotate them, and we're trying to get it past that tire now, and that's not working. Try the other way. This thing sucks. It really helps the stability of the figure, but until you get it, it can be a major pain in the ass. Oh, come on. And then you tab it in. That's exhausting. That is just not fun to do at all. So do this again on this side. There's one downside about using the lube is it kind of it makes the plastic around it a little slick, so that makes this a little bit more difficult. done. Whew. Alright. So there's the legs done. And we'll set this off to the side. Oh, no, we won't. We won't do that at all. Because what we're going to do is... Oh, yeah, we will. We'll do Hook next. Alright, so here's Hook. Now, he takes a little bit more... He's a little bit more involved than the others. So we wanted to pull these panels here out. Like that. And then it tabs back in. Oh. This comes down. And then you also want to pull this piece here out and around. So close that back up. Is tab down, flip this up, unhinge this, and then what you want to do here, let's see here, where are they all? So let's pull the arms apart here, yep. Alright, so we want to pull this one out, down, and then this one here, out and down. All right. And then we want to pull this piece here out like that. This will rotate over. Hole, tab, tab. So you plug that in. Close that up. Like that. And I've got to pause the camera. Okay, sorry about that. I hate pausing the videos because it usually will... That means it's going to take like 6 or 7 hours for it to render on YouTube when I do that. Alright, so pull this panel here up, and then this can come up. This tabs it. This tabs in very well, so it's like so you fold this up like that. This panel comes up, and then you can fold this panel out like this. There you go. All right, and keep this tabs here. Hard time staying down until you get it all into place. And the next thing you want to do is we'll take the head here, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a certain way for it to go, and that is with this little slot kind of to the right side of his face, because if you have it the other way around, it looks fine, you know, it looks just fine, but it won't fit. These grooves have to fit onto these pieces here. So there's only one way it goes in. So then we take that and tab that in. There you go. Then we take the wing piece, and what you want to do here is this tab here. We'll plug into this hole here. And then this will wrap around, and there's a tab there, hole there, so it wraps around, tabs in. Just like that. And there you have the front part of Devastator done. So let's put all the pieces. Oh wait, we still got to do long haul. That's right. All right, so there's the legs. We're gonna rotate all the way up here. You can see his waist is coming up to the end of my review board there. All right, so with him, what we want to do is let's see, how did we do this? This comes out this comes out like this. We want to keep this here, so, and then these panels will come down. I'm trying to watch it, and then I'm looking at this camera and it's not in focus, but alright, so that comes down like that. Get these wheels kind of out of the way as best you can. So you can do that if you want to, until we get it all situated. Then this wing piece will come down and back like that. The feet will come up and tab in to there. That. Right. Am I doing something horribly wrong again? Me do something wrong? Never. Oh, come on, what the hell? There we go. There we go. Alright. So it's going to end up looking like this. Then you want to pull the arms apart here and here. Alright, now, hole here, hole here, hole here, hole here. Tab, 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 tab. And then there's friction clips in here, friction clips on top here. And then these will rotate in, and it all plugs together. It's hard to show off, but it will plug together. It's hard to see in person, let alone on camera. Come on. There we go. There. Just gonna keep these tires just out of the way as best you can. Camera go up any further? Oh, that's it. That's as far as my camera goes. It is now higher than my camcorder. And my camcorder cannot get any higher. Alright. Suppose I should probably get off my ass. Alright, so we got plug, 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 plug. That's not even on screen. Plug, 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 plug. And then we got port, 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 port. 2, 3, 4. And so just take this, line those up, and tab it all in. Alright, and then on the back here there's a plug here and here. They'll go into the holes on the black bar here and here. Like that. Alright, now let's do the hands. Alright, so these only go one way. See, there's a groove. It goes here, bottom, the back, but there's not one on the top. So it only will go down like this. It will, if you have it like this, this won't lock in there. So you just take this and we just slide it in. I know you're not seeing what I'm doing, but I don't know what else I can do here. Tab that in. Just like so. And there we have that arm done. Same thing on the other side. So this panel will fold all the way in. Slide it down. Tab it in. And there is the Toyworld Devastator in combine mode. And he is massive. I mean, this is my entire display shelf right there, or my review station right there. You're seeing it all. He's huge. There's no way around that. He is just absolutely massive. Blown away by the size of this thing. Head is on the hinge swivel, so you left, right, up, down. So it gets good range of motion. There is the button on the back. You can press somewhere. There it is. Make the eyes light up if you want. There we go. All right, and then trying to get my lights out of the way too. So the arms rotate up and down. It's interesting because it feels super loose when you're moving it, but when you let go of it, it holds its place pretty well. So that's pretty good. Arms can rotate all the way up to there. Back down. Oh, that came undone. Oh, that didn't work at all, did it? That's disappointing. Okay, we're good again. All right, and then forearm swivels, elbow bends, hands fully articulated, like I showed before. It rotates, hinges. Hinge at the finger. Can you see this? Okay, hinge at the finger. Hinge, swivels. Fully articulated. Alright. Get that back into place. Alright, waist does rotate. Gets a little caught up in the back though. Rotate these arms up a bit. They're on double hinges, so you can get it a little bit. That looks a little better too. Yeah. All right, and then legs. Moving these panels out of the way. I'm gonna try to kneel down here. Legs up, back. Out, thigh swivel, bends at the knee. Whew. He's got ankle rocker. I don't know if you can see this. I can't see the camera, so I hope you can see this. So he's got the ankle rocker and not really much of an ankle tilt though. Alright, and then he does have his gun. Hope you can see this. Fold out the handle. Open up his hand, and you can just tab it all in. And there you go. And that is one big ass Devastator. Pretty posable. Now, here comes, like, one of the downsides of this kind of combiner is that not all the tabs lock in perfectly. The arms, you saw me struggling with this arm when I moved it too much. This one's kind of coming undone too, just from moving the rest of the figure. So that's something to watch out for. It's not something I'm concerned about, but it's just something to just point out. So yeah. Now, let's talk scale. How big is this mofo? So here he is with a Legends class figure. Can you even see him down there? Yeah, there he is. Kind of got lost in the shuffle there. Chug Prime, Chug Seeker. Here he is with the Fans Project Sludge. An MP car. And he's been sitting there all this time anyway, but MP10. So you can see how he looks next to Masterpiece. Now the question is where do you scale? What is it that you think of ideally with scale? Because it really depends on that when we decide on whether or not what scale this thing should fit into. Now some people want their combiners to be just a little bit bigger than Prime, and at which point Devastator should be about giant size or Hercules size. If you're going MP, if that's your thought process anyway. Hard to go off the cartoon because some episodes they're bigger than other episodes. For example, in the movie, Sludge was almost, he was about half the size of Devastator. So this is way too small. You can even see him down there. So he would be way too small for this. But then again, like I was saying, like I've said in the... I don't know if I've said it yet. Because I've recorded a bunch of the Dinobot reviews, but I haven't posted them yet. But the question is the problem with his Dino mode or with scale in general? Because... none of it makes any real sense. So it really depends on what you look for scale. Now, for me, there's two episodes that I go off of when it comes to combiners. That is Starscream's Brigade, followed by Revenge of Bruticus. And in those episodes, you do see two things happen. One, Starscream, who built Devastator, you see three things in those three episodes. Starscream, who built Bruticus, is able to stand on Bruticus's shoulder, and he's about the same size as his head. So, by that scale, I don't know where my Legend Seekers are, but here is a Cyberjet, who's the same size as a Legend Seeker. So by that scale, this would be almost correct. Although the Devastator in that episode, you could tell, was a little bit taller than Bruticus. So that's actually... he's still actually too small for that scale. And then the next piece is in the Revenge of Bruticus episode, where Devastator was able to... because Shockwave doesn't mass shift. But Bruticus was able to pick up Shockwave and use him as a weapon. So here is Chug Shockwave, because this is the only Shockwave I have at the moment. And you see, if he were to pick that up, it would be like a pistol for him. So that's actually pretty close, I'd say. So, for me, the individual bots are definitely masterpiece scale. But for me, this is my new Chug Devastator. This is my new Chug Combiner scale. This is where my money's going to go with this. Because this is where I like him. That's me. The argument can easily be made that this is an appropriate scale, and I wouldn't sit here and argue with you because that looks good too. So what is he? Goes up to thighs. Here is Hercules. So we can show him off with some other combiners. And there he goes up to the thighs. So they're about the same scale. Chug. You know, it depends on where you want your what you want your scale to be. So, but yeah, they're about proportionally the same size. That's actually pretty incredible. I didn't really realize that. Alright, so getting these guys out of the way. Alright, so there he is with Hercules. Here he is with Giant. But, oh yeah, you know, while we're doing this. So here, we got him here. Him here. And here is a... There. There's the primes to go with the same kind of proportionate scale with everybody. There you go. That actually looks pretty cool. I like that. I have enough primes though. Alright, so there they are next to the other two. We will do more in-depth once Gravity Builder is done. Get these guys out of the way. What other combiners do I have? Here he is with Combiner Wars Bruticus. And, because I know everyone wants to see it, the Unite Warriors Devastator. So you see he's a full head and shoulders taller. And just so much more massive. He's got just a lot more bulk to him. Alright, and the last two, because I only got two more combiners. Alright, I already reviewed this guy. Video's not up yet. But here he is with the Toyworld Dinobot, Dino King, or whatever you want to call it. This thing. I took the wings off because they won't hold up. This sucks ass. And here he is with Predaking. So you see he's much bigger than Predaking. Much bigger. I mean, that's not even funny. And a good Devastator's only as good as his master. So, there you go. So, there you go. $600 figure. Easily the biggest combiner ever. Just ever. Will there be bigger ones? I hope not, because this is extreme. I mean, this works for Chug scale in my mind. And I won't fault anybody that puts this into MP scale or even Legend scale, because it looks good with Legends too. So, you know, depending on what, like I said, depending on what your scale preference is, this guy works really well for a really big combiner. Now, the downside is the fact that there's only one this size. You can see Predaking there is just, he's dwarfed by him. And Predaking's supposed to be, in my mind anyway, and in the G1 toys, Predaking's supposed to be the biggest combiner. Let's see, where did I put him? And then the Bruticus in the Starscream's Brigade was only about half a head shorter than Devastator. So this is just sad. So Predaking there is, I'd put Predaking more in Combiner Wars scale, which then means you don't really have a Devastator to go with Combiner Wars. And Combiner Wars works best with Legend scale. You see that, the really good evidence of that when you get Warbotron, for example, came with the mini Shockwave, a Legend scaled Shockwave. Their Computron came with Legend scale Grimlock. The Gravity Builder, I believe, is Legend scaled Megatron. So you're getting Legends figures with the figures that are in more Predaking scale. So that shows me that they are acknowledging that, yeah, they're too small for Chug or MP for that scale. So it's hard to really say on scale, because it's scale. There's no real scale. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. For me, this works. All my other combiners are going to live in bot mode until I can get more Toyworld ones. Toyworld combiners, anyway. So right now, Devastator will be my only combiner. Now, next step. Let's move Predaking out of the way. Put him away. Now the next thing, I forgot to do this with the Toyworld Dinobot combiner, so we'll do it now anyway. Shake test. So let's see how sturdy these things are. So we'll move him out of the way. And okay. Hey, you lost a piece. Just remember that it was supposed to go into the actual Dinobot combiner review. Now let's do Devastator. I'm not shaking him nearly as hard as like I did Unique Toys Predaking, because I knew he could take it. Solid as a rock. Just solid. 100% solid. This thing is incredible. Joints move freely, but they hold up. I mean, no issues. No issues at all. I mean, this thing is just, he's incredible. My vote is best combiner of all time. That's where my vote is. I have issues with the individual bots, individual frustrations with like Mixmaster and getting Scavenger to stay solid. A couple issues here and there, but all in all, the end result is this. Just beautiful piece of engineering. The Warbotron Bruticus, he was nice, but he doesn't hold flame here. He doesn't. Neither does MMC Predaking, to be completely honest, because all of those had sacrifices that you could tell. The Bruticus, the first sacrifice was Airburst. Dude, that thing sucked. It wasn't until they released the Onslaught that they fixed Blast Off, and that was by almost replacing the whole damn thing. And also the Onslaught was just not done well at all. Predaking, he's pretty solid, but the sacrifice there is that you could tell that Dive Bomb and Rampage share engineering. They're heavy retools of each other. And then Bovis and Fortis, or Headstrong and Tantrum, are also just retools of each other. So, yeah, everyone's got, major sacrifices made, except him. Bot modes all look incredible. Like I said, there's a few issues here and there, but none of them are like glaring, like, oh my god, this was only done for the sake of Combiner and it ruins the figure. So none of them have that. The vehicle modes, I know a lot of people don't like them as much as like the Generation Toys, because the Generation Toys, they look more realistic, or Generation Toy, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's Warbitron. But for me, I would say, as far as that goes, in my opinion, I'm fine with it being less realistic and more cartoony, because we are talking about Devastator, who comes from a cartoon. So I'm more in line with that thought process here, and too much detail just makes it look too much. All in all, bottom line, I highly recommend this figure. I cannot recommend this thing enough. This is absolutely my new favorite combiner. I will redesign my entire collection around this guy, however I can. Toyworld knocked this out of the park. And moving forward, hopefully they learn from the few mistakes that they made with this thing, and they can adapt that into the next combiners, because they've already said that they're doing Superion. They've already said that they're doing Bruticus, and they've already got the G2 version of this guy up for pre-order. Now that was something it's like, I don't really need that, but then I'm sitting there looking at Scrapper in bot mode in G2 colors, remembering how I had one as a kid, and I'm like, damn it, now I want him, and I want to get rid of the Yellow Giant as soon as I'm done with this whole war thing. And it's just, yeah, it's like, if I could trade my Generation Toys for another Toyworld Devastator, I probably would. And I would keep them in bot mode, and then I'd have to redesign my entire collection to fit that. But yeah, this thing is absolutely just perfect in my mind. I'm going to give him a solid 10 out of 10. And somebody asked me on the Mixmaster review, I just saw it post up a few minutes ago, but they asked me what did I think of the team overall. Overall, the team is a 10 out of 10. This thing is awesome. I highly recommend it. I can't see really any reason why you can't find an excuse to put this in your collection. I mean, you might be all in with like the Warbitron scale, but I don't care. You can figure out a way to put it in there. Call it cartoon animation error scale. That's what I would do. But yeah, I'm gonna redesign things to make this guy fit in there, because this guy is absolutely a beast, and he deserves to be in a collection. It's seriously to the point of, why am I going to bother finishing the Generation Toy collection? I'm only doing it just for the sake of reviews, because I'm all out. I'm done with those things. This is my Devastator. This is just amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, there you go. Toyworld Devastator. Get him, get 2, get 3, but get him. You need him in your life.